What if everything you've been told about the US strikes on Iran's nuclear sites was only half the truth? A secret intelligence report just leaked, and it challenges the bold claim that Iran's nuclear program was totally obliterated. Could it be that Iran's nuclear ambitions are far from over? Today, we uncover the shocking details behind the headlines, and why the real story might change everything you thought you knew. The context of strikes on Iran's nuclear sites. First, a quick recap for those unfamiliar. Iran's nuclear program has been a focal point of international concern for decades. Many countries, led by the United States, have accused Iran of attempting to develop nuclear weapons capabilities under the guise of a civilian nuclear energy program. In response, various diplomatic efforts, sanctions, and, more recently, military actions have been taken to prevent Iran from crossing what many consider a red line, becoming a nuclear-armed state. Recently, the US military launched strikes against several key nuclear facilities in Iran, aiming to cripple the country's ability to enrich uranium and develop nuclear weapons. These sites are believed to house centrifuges, reactors, and other infrastructure critical to Iran's nuclear ambitions. President Trump's public statements: total obliteration. Following these strikes, then President Trump made bold public statements, claiming that the US had totally obliterated Iran's nuclear program. According to Trump, the military operations inflicted irreversible damage, effectively ending Iran's nuclear ambitions. Such statements are significant because they serve multiple purposes: political messaging, showing strength and resolve to both domestic and international audiences; deterrence, sending a clear warning to Iran and other potential adversaries; diplomatic leverage, strengthening the US position in ongoing or future negotiations. However, in matters of intelligence and military operations, public statements don't always align perfectly with the on-the-ground realities. The leaked DIA report, a more nuanced assessment. Enter the leaked Defense Intelligence Agency report, which offers a different perspective. According to this internal document, the damage caused by the US strikes may not have been as complete as President Trump suggested. The report estimates that the strikes have set Iran's nuclear program back only a few months, rather than destroying it outright. Many of Iran's critical nuclear facilities sustained partial damage, but remain functional or repairable. Iran retains significant stockpiles of enriched uranium and has multiple sites that can continue nuclear work. Some underground facilities, known to be more resistant to airstrikes, were either minimally damaged or untouched. Iran's capability to quickly resume nuclear activities after repairs remains intact. This report suggests that while the strikes were impactful, they were not a total knockout blow. What does setback by a few months mean? When intelligence analysts say a nuclear program has been set back by a few months, this means Iran will need additional time to repair damaged infrastructure. Replacement or repair of centrifuges and other equipment may delay uranium enrichment. Critical processes may be paused, but not eliminated. Though a few months may sound like a short delay, in the nuclear world, every month counts. It can influence diplomatic negotiations, the timing of sanctions relief, and the calculations of regional and global security. Differing views among intelligence agencies. Interestingly, the DIA report's findings contrast with the assessments from other U.S. intelligence bodies. The Central Intelligence Agency and the Director of National Intelligence have publicly supported Trump's stronger claims that the strikes were highly effective and potentially crippling. These agencies believe the damage has significantly diminished Iran's ability to progress toward nuclear weapons in the near term. This divergence illustrates the challenges in intelligence analysis. Different agencies have access to varying data sources. Analysts may interpret satellite imagery, signals intelligence, and human sources differently. Agencies may weigh certain types of evidence more heavily. Such differences are normal but can lead to conflicting public messages, which complicates the narrative for policymakers and the public. Why might the DAA assessment differ? There are a few reasons why the DIA's leaked assessment might be more cautious. Technical expertise. The DIA specializes in military intelligence and may have a more detailed understanding of Iran's nuclear infrastructure resilience. Conservative estimates. Intelligence agencies often adopt conservative stances to avoid overestimating damage. Data timing. The report might be based on earlier or less complete information. Internal debates. Analysts might be debating the implications of newly obtained intelligence. That has not yet been fully verified. The leaked nature of the report also raises questions about the internal dynamics within the U.S. intelligence community and how differing opinions are managed. Implications for U.S. policy and global security. This nuanced assessment has several important implications. 1. Policy adjustments. If the damage is indeed only partial, the U.S. may need to prepare for ongoing Iranian nuclear activities, continue intelligence, monitoring, and possibly plan further actions. Reconsider diplomatic strategies, including negotiations or sanctions. 2. Diplomatic relations. Allies and adversaries will analyze the situation to adjust their own policies. Iran may use the report as propaganda to show resilience or to negotiate from a perceived position of strength. Other regional powers, such as Israel and Saudi Arabia, will watch closely, potentially adjusting their own defense postures. 3. Risk of escalation. Partial damage means Iran may retaliate or escalate in other ways, increasing regional instability. The US and its allies must weigh the risk of conflict versus containment. Iran's nuclear program. An overview. To understand why the damage may be only partial, it's useful to know more about Iran's nuclear program setup. Iran's nuclear program consists of multiple sites spread across the country. Some sites, like Natanz and Fordo, house thousands of centrifuges enriching uranium. Many facilities are underground or heavily fortified, making them difficult to destroy via air. Iran has developed redundancy to ensure the program's survival, even if some sites are damaged. This complexity is why a single round of strikes may not be enough to eliminate Iran's nuclear capabilities. Historical precedents, partial strikes, and recovery. Historically, nations targeted by airstrikes on nuclear programs have shown remarkable resilience. Iraq's Airstrikes reactor was destroyed in 1981, but nuclear ambitions persisted underground. Israel's 2007 strike on Syria's Okobur reactor delayed, but did not end regional nuclear ambitions. North Korea's nuclear development has continued despite sanctions and covert strikes. Iran's nuclear program may follow a similar pattern. Setbacks followed by recovery and adaptation. The role of intelligence leaks in public perception. Leaks like this dire report shape public and international perception by revealing internal debates that contrast with official statements, fueling speculation about the effectiveness of military actions, impacting trust in government narratives and leadership credibility. For media outlets and public audiences, such leaks highlight the complexity behind headline claims. What's next? Monitoring and potential developments? Going forward, several developments are worth watching. Further, U.S. intelligence releases. Will other agencies confirm or dispute the DIA findings? Iran's response? Will Iran accelerate nuclear activities or attempt diplomatic outreach? International reactions. How will the UN, EU, and Middle Eastern countries respond? Possible new strikes or sanctions? Will the US escalate military or economic pressure? Keeping a close eye on these factors will be key to understanding the future trajectory of Iran's nuclear program. To wrap up, a leaked DIA report suggests strikes on Iran's nuclear sites caused only partial damage, delaying the program by months rather than destroying it. This assessment contrasts with stronger claims by President Trump and some other intelligence agencies. The complexity and resilience of Iran's nuclear infrastructure make complete elimination difficult. Differing intelligence views highlight the challenges in assessing military impacts. The situation has broad implications for U.S. policy, regional security, and global non-proliferation efforts. Understanding this story requires looking beyond bold political statements and appreciating the nuanced realities of intelligence analysis and international relations. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future updates on this evolving story. Feel free to share your thoughts and questions in the comments below.